week 2, side control top. So last time we looked at being heavy as a whale and trying to keep your partner flat, and then we showed you how to win the underhook when they were trying to win the underhook. So again, we talked about this control position where I have the arm over the head, so the elbows in Carl's left ear, right hand straight on the hip, my chin's over the shoulder, my hips are higher, or sorry, my ass is higher than my head, and now I can use my knees as a buffer. And I'm even going to give Carl the underhook, and as he tries to turn onto the side, all my weight, my sternum, is pinning his left shoulder to the mat. Now let's just say I'm sort of getting a bit late and Carl's already turning on the side and he's starting to win that underhook. My goal is to close this underhook down. The further Carl is on his right side and he reaches with this underhook, he's going to be getting to his knees and taking me down and all that stuff. So again, we showed you last time how from that position, the minute he starts to reach, I switch my base and my left elbow goes in front of his left elbow. My left knee replaces my right knee, and I make this kickstand with my right foot. So now when Carl tries to stretch with that underhook, it's a little bit different because my armpit's really closing it down. So last time we looked at how I can grab this wrist, start to attack the arm. Carl will make that reaction of grabbing the pants, and then that gives me the underhook. So now I can sit through and play super chill or broken scarf, whatever you want to call it. That was one option. The other option is mount or attacking that arm. So let's look at that. So we're playing this side control. Again, we want to be using our chin as a rule of thumb on a shoulder line. I know my chin's on the shoulder line, all my weight is on that shoulder. And again, Carl will be trying to get onto the side and stretch with that underhook. The minute he does, my elbow replaces or goes in line with his elbow. And now I come into my position. So again, let's just talk about this as if I'm about to mount from there. I want my left knee connected to Carl's right hip. My right foot has made a kickstand, okay? And my ass is off the mat. Hard to get this visually on the camera. My Carl's carrying my weight. Only part of my body on the mat at the minute is my feet. So let's just say I have the underhook and Carl switches, okay, to this control 4 position. Now if Carl's left knee isn't tight to my hip and there's space, I can stretch this arm out and come up on top, take it back. So now he's going to keep that knee tight to my hip. Now, if his right foot, say he's got it more out straight, again, that's not going to stop me underhooking coming over. So he's going to make a kickstand. His right foot's planted on the mat and his knees pointing up. So when I start to bridge and stretch, I'm carrying his weight. Even a small thing like Carl's knees pointing down this way can allow me to come up on top. So we really want to be thinking about when we get to this position here. Okay, my knee's tight, and there's my kickstand. And again, the only way you'll develop this feel is by just sparring from this position. And then if you get reversed, you'll know you need to make slight adjustments. So the first thing we're looking for is to mount. Okay. One of the reasons of me keeping my knee in this hip is obviously to stay on top. Let's just say it was more higher up his body and I wanted to step over a mount. If I step over a mount, I'm going to end up in half guard. So the detail is my knee is tight to the hip. I just grab the knees, push them down, and step over into the mounted position. So Carl's on me. I have the underhook. Carl switches to control 4. He's got everything tight. He pulls my knee down and steps over. Now he always leads with the foot, never the knee. Understand? Because if it's outside and his right knee hits the mat, he's going to wreck his knee. The other detail is Carl plants his right foot on the mat beside my hip. Back. If he plants it away from my hip, I can use my inside elbow, shrimp out, and now I'm on his back. So, on our first option, when I switch base, okay, I start to attack this arm, okay, and then immediately I'm going to step over into mount. So from there, it's this. I've made a wedge with my left knee against his right hip, and my right foot is clamping his left hip. Right, and now from that position, we just come into the mounted position compared to just stepping over. Watch. The car steps over and there's space here. So you want to make wedges. So that's the first option. Second option, we're just going to attack that straight arm lock. So I'm in control 1. My chin is on his shoulder. I'm being heavy as a whale. The car turns into me and wins the underhook. My elbow goes in front of the car's elbow. And if I've shut down this underhook and it's not reaching high across my chest, I find the wrist. Now I'm going to push it towards the mat. So last week we showed you he would grab his pants. This time he hasn't. So I'm just going to rotate and get his thumb up. My left hand comes underneath and I grab my own wrist. To get the submission, I just connect my elbows. That's all it is. So, from control 1, Carl has the underhook. Okay, he turns into me. I'm going to switch to control 4. Knee, kickstand, find the wrist. I'm going to start pushing this down. And now as I push it down, I rotate his thumb up. My left hand, which is already coming under his left elbow, finds my wrist. To get the submission, I just connect my elbows. Okay? Probably the best time to mount is when I'm here and Carl bridges into me. That's always the best time. So just 2 more options. 1, you're going to mount, or 2, you're going to go for that straight arm.